What's good, everybody? Today I'm going to be talking about extraneous solutions and what they are and how to deal with them when we're trying to solve rational equations. So, the first thing we need to know when trying to solve this equation, guys, is that we're dealing with fractions. And before we could solve equations or combine terms with fractions, we have to have the same denominator. So that means I'm going to factor this binomial down to y plus 6 times y minus 6. And this means that, hey, those other two terms of y divided by y plus 6 and 4, we're going to have the same denominator before we do anything. So as a result, I'm going to multiply everything by y plus 6 times y minus 6. So when we start doing this process, our first term, once we multiply, this is what we're going to get. The y plus 6 will cancel out with each other, and we're left with y times y minus 6. So we multiply those two, and we get y squared minus 6y. All right? So now we're going to go ahead and repeat this step to 72 over y squared minus 36. So we continue the problem, and now, like I said, we're repeating steps. So it's a lot of steps where we repeat. Y minus 6, and we're going to multiply this by, okay. So same thing kind of happens with the previous term. We're going to do a lot of cross canceling out. And after we multiply by y plus 6, y minus 6, we're only going to be left with 72. All right. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing to the last term, which is just 4. So when we go ahead and repeat this step again, let's come out here and get a little bit more space. And I want to just make sure that we're all on the same page. So once we do this second step, I'm writing it two ways that you guys could have done it, but you're going to get the same answer. So these two are the same. And once we multiply, we should get as an answer 4y squared minus 144. So now we have one equation, and we're now going to try to factor this out. But before we factor, we're going to have to combine all our terms and get it into standard form. So with that being said, we're going to combine our y squared terms. So I'm going to subtract y squared from itself and its like term. And as we continue solving this equation, this is what the next step should look like. All right, so now we have negative 6y is equal to 72 plus 3y squared minus 144. But the thing is, we're not done yet. We still have to move 6y over, and we have like terms with positive 72, negative 144. So we combine these, and our equation will be, and let's start shifting it into standard form so we make the factoring process easier. So now we have 3y to the second power minus 72. And now the last step, we're going to bring that negative 6y to the other side. And understand that once we bring it up over, the only thing that's going to be on the other side of that equal sign is 0. So now 0 is equal to positive 3y squared plus 6y minus 72. Okay. And I like having the 0 at the end, so I'm just going to rewrite this problem, but understand we'll still get the same answers and it's going to be the same steps. So 3y squared plus 6y minus 72 is equal to 0. So at this step, we got rid of the fraction, right? We made sure that all those terms would have the same denominator. That's how we multiplied. And now what we're saying to ourselves is, okay, how can we factor this and actually get an answer? And to do that, we have to check to see, and we do have a greatest common factor. So our greatest common factor is 3. So after I pull 3 out, that means we're going to divide every term or every numerical term by 3. So I will have y squared plus 2y minus, and let's just make sure this last one, yep, minus 24. And this is going to be equal to 0. So first things first, is 3 equal to 0? No. So we could kind of eliminate that answer already, right? We don't have to worry about that 3 because it's not equal to 0. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to break this down, and I'm looking for two factors that when I multiply, I will get negative 24, but when I add, I get positive 2. So I break this down, and I believe I should get, and let's look at this. We should have y plus 6 times y minus 4. All right, so now we solve, and we have to set both of these factors equal to 0. So once we do that, we'll have y is equal to negative 6, and we'll have y is equal to positive 4. So we factored it out now. We've done all the steps we need to get our answer. What exactly are extraneous solutions? I got you guys. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to focus on our first answer, negative 6. So what we're going to do is we're going to take negative 6, and everywhere that we see y, we're going to plug it in and see if the left side is equal to the right side. So let's go ahead and take care of this now. So we have negative 6 divided by negative 6 plus 6 is equal to 72. All right. So now we substituted in, and we're noticing something here. So once we do this, guys, we're going to get negative 6 divided by 0 is equal to 72 divided by negative 12 times 0 plus 4. So at this step, guys, when we start solving, right, we know we can't divide a number by 0. So what this problem is saying is that, hey, 0 is equal to 0 plus 4. And when we check this answer, is 0 equal to 4? Absolutely not. So this is what we will call an extraneous solution. It does not satisfy the answer. If we were to plug 4 back in, 4 would give us the same answers on both two sides. So when we're talking about extraneous solutions, these are the solutions that do not satisfy the equation. So hopefully you guys found this video helpful. If you did, we're going to ask that you just comment down below, letting us know you found this video helpful. Smash the like button for us, hit the subscribe bell for us, guys. And thank you so much for joining us today on our extraneous solutions example and video. Thank you guys for joining me today.